Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The 12th Man. Today you have co host Pradi and me, Prakash. Today we're going to go over the matches in round two, beginning with Group A. We have Russia versus Egypt.
Yeah, this was definitely the make or break match for Egypt,
Mhm.
given the other teams, that is Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. This was the match that was going to decide who was going to qualify to the next round.
Yeah.
Since we knew that Uruguay were probably a likelier candidate to anyway progress.
Mhm.
And so it was up to the one Egyptian that the entire country was counting on to make his mark, and well, he kind of did. Mohamed Salah, that's the person I'm talking about.
well, they brought him on quite late, right? And then after he did come on, he did end up scoring. But I do agree. Like he was such a pivotal character for the team that what Russia did amazingly well was mark him out of the game. They just were like, let's go the Mourinho way. Let's pick a guy, make him stick with this guy, and take him out of the game. We don't need him
Yeah,
trying to influence anything. And they did that so well that he really couldn't influence much.
yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there with the Mourinho tactic, which was essentially the only team that really knew how to tackle Mohamed Salah in the Premier League. Well, yeah, the only team in the Premier League. The other one being Real
Right.
Madrid and Ramos's
Yeah.
tactic.
Exactly. Break his arm or take him out of the game, I guess. Either way, you're taking him out of the game. And that's just how you have to deal with him. He's such a talent, and Egypt rely on him so much. And the fact that Russia were able to do that was great applause to these guys.
Yeah, and they won 3-1 comprehensively, which meant that I don't think Egypt has a chance now to make it to the next group, given that they've lost both matches, one to Uruguay and now to
Right.
Russia.
hmm Yeah. So that's it. It's best two out of three, and you've lost two games. So you're out. Peace out. Well, then we have Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia, which went the way we were expecting, I suppose.
Well, not really. The scoreline only says 1-0, which means that it was quite a shock, more a surprise that Uruguay didn't dispatch more than five, given that Russia did that on the opening day.
I mean, it's true, but Russian, there's some stuff going on with the Russians. Like I always said that something going on with the Russians.
And
Anyway,
and that was during Ramadan. Now the
yeah,
Saudi
okay.
Arabians had enough time to eat and be healthy.
Back with a bang. Well, at least I guess they held it down to a respectable score and given Chewbacca on the other side. So good stuff, Saudi Arabia. But it still doesn't look like they're going to make it
Yeah, I think this round kind of decided who was going to qualify.
from this
Russia and
group.
yeah, from
Yeah,
this group, yeah, Russia or Uruguay. Now it's just a matter of who's coming first or second.
first or second, exactly. So two teams have lost two games, and two teams have won two games. So now we have whether who's first and who's second. So that's a great point for us to go on to another quite typical group that we had in mind. We have Group B, where the first game was Portugal and Morocco. And in typical Ronaldo fashion, he scores. Yeah, fourth minute goal. That's his second game where he scored within the first 5 minutes in the
Yeah,
World Cup so far.
and
This
he
guy's a
also
beast.
became the tournament's leading scorer with that header,
Mhm.
goal number 4. It's
Also, the only
remarkable.
person so far to have scored with his left foot, right foot, and a header. So yeah, good on you.
Yeah,
Like, that's what you call a machine. This guy is just unstoppable.
and
So
it's just gonna be interesting to see how far he can take this Portugal team,
mhm.
because we've only seen him score. I'm yet to see the others really score and take
Right.
the reins. It's going to be really interesting to see if he has an off day. Can Portugal still scrape through, or are they going to find
Mhm.
themselves facing a huge problem?
Right. Yeah. I do have some hopes in some of their players. I like Quaresma. He's what Ronaldo would have been in the past, I guess. A winger who's running around, going past the man. So I like the way he plays. He plays the way the old Man United used to. So I like him, and hopefully you'll see something from him. Otherwise, I think the midfield also has some interesting talent. Anyway, so then we ended up with the result that I suppose we expected, a Portugal win. That
Yeah.
sort of puts them in the driving seat. They qualify again now,
Uh,
considering
I think with this, Morocco was eliminated. I think they were the first team to be eliminated, if I'm not mistaken.
first
Because
team.
they
No, I
lost.
mean Egypt's eliminated, right? You mean first team in the group to be eliminated?
Well, yeah, probably the first one in the group to be eliminated because they lost to
Right.
Iran that own goal, and now that they lost to Portugal, I mean, both. I think two matches and they've lost both to headers.
So yeah, I guess what goes around comes around. So Iran got to score an own goal, but in the final game of in the second game of Group B, Iran lost out to a pretty shitty goal from Costa, I guess.
Yeah, it was a bundle into the goal. I don't think Costa knew too much of what was happening. Just it kind of reminded me of that pinball game. You just like
Yeah, when you used to
hit the
play
yeah,
in our window,
and you
when we
just
don't have
whack it
internet, you're just like
wherever
space
wherever
bar.
the ball's just going. I don't care as long as it
Yeah.
just ends up in the back of the net. In this
Hmm.
case, it didn't matter. We are top of the group. I think on the number of goals. I don't know how did we become top of the group though. Was it a because the goal difference was similar? We
Yeah, three
scored the
three
same
one
number.
zero zero
Yeah,
one.
we scored the same number of goals, given away
Maybe
the
on
same
fair
number.
play. That's the lead.
Possible.
That's the last one left, right? So I guess
Yeah.
maybe it's fair play. Maybe, apparently Costa is more fair than Ronaldo. Okay, sure. Well, I'm not the one who's saying this. Um, so that's it. That's what we have for you from Group A and Group B. Join back and join the discussion for what happens in Group C and Group D. See you guys. Peace.